And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored, and thank you for sticking around for our second half hour. A Montessori school is apologizing for a newsletter that went out to parents that ended in a paragraph by saying the N-word and bitch. The question is, how did this get into the newsletter, and what are parents thinking? That Cypress area school sent us a statement that we will be sharing here on The Factor Uncensored tonight. This newsletter had many parents fuming and demanding answers. One parent is here with us tonight on The Factor Uncensored in this exclusive. Janet Dove. Glad to have you here, Janet. First of all, when you read that newsletter, what were your thoughts?
I was shocked. I was really shocked. I was appalled. Of all places to see this type of wording, I didn't think it would be my daughter's Montessori school. So also very confused in how it got there.
Okay. And which Montessori school does your daughter attend?
Lisi Montessori in Cypress, Texas.
And in Cypress, Texas. And so you guys demanded answers from the administration there.
Absolutely.
Did you get an answer or response that was suitable for you?
No. The responses that we received were insufficient, in my opinion. They were unable to tell us how it got in the newsletter. From my understanding, there are several employees who have access to the document, and typically the newsletter goes through several rounds of edits before it's sent out. However, the director was unable to determine how someone had access to the document to input these words in there and send it out. They ran an investigation that came back inconclusive, and that's just unacceptable to me.
And when you read that newsletter, and I had a chance to see it in its context, it seems out of place. It seems like somebody just added those two words, and forgive me, it said nigger, bitch. And it seems like it was out of place, and like someone, do you think someone did this as a joke? An individual who just wanted to be funny, or do you think it was with malice?
I'm really unclear on what the intention behind it. Either way, it's an assault to those who have to read it. It's assault to Black parents who are at the school and are having to unpack this and process and how to move forward with their children. The fact that the school is unable to identify the employee in which has produced this document and circulated it is very concerning. And it seems like the idea is for us to kind of just amicably move on and continue to send our children to the school, knowing that there's an employee who has these thoughts, who had access to this document, who is thinking like this. It's just unacceptable.
And do you think there should be a process in place, steps in place, before this newsletter goes out, that someone in charge should be reading it, proofreading it, to make sure there's nothing in there that would be offensive to parents?
From my understanding, that is what typically takes place. Now, for whatever reason that this newsletter was sent out in a different format than the former newsletters have been sent out, to me that kind of leads to possible intention, and having it sent out in February, Black History Month, you know, it's just inappropriate and very concerning.
So now, what do you want from the administration of the school, and will your child stay in that school?
We've asked the administration to do an investigation to identify the individual who put this type of language within the newsletter and to have them removed. We don't want someone working at our child's school having access to our child who is thinking like this, even if it's a joke, that thinks this is a good joke to make. That's not appropriate. And because the director of the school said that they're unable to identify this person, unfortunately, we do have to remove our child because I can't keep them there in good faith.
All right. And so we had a chance to speak with the school district today, at least our producer, Malia Carruthers, and we asked them for a response, and here it is. We are deeply saddened and disheartened by the recent newsletter that was sent out containing inappropriate verbiage, as our school is built on the values of diversity, inclusivity, and respect for all. This language does not reflect who we are as a community. Immediately upon awareness of this disrespectful phrase being distributed, a sincere acknowledgement and apology letter was sent to all recipients. At this time, we do not know how or why this occurred, but we are taking this matter very seriously. It is deeply upsetting to think that someone would seek to undermine the principles for which our school stands. We are beyond sincerely apologetic for any harm or discomfort this may have caused our students, families, and staff. Our commitment to fostering a safe, welcoming, and inclusive environment remains unwavering.